imagine 42 minutes for Joel is more than you thought you were going to play him?
Completely. It is for Ben and it is for Jimmy. You know, it's with the group that we have. We had a day and a half, 2 days off. We got 2 days before we play. And I just felt like it's our only chance to win. I didn't feel like, you know, we're crushing them, but it is not an ideal volume of minutes that I played them.
It looked like with Joel, you wanted to keep him out more in the third, and then the game kind of kept slipping away, and you had to bring him back early.
A little bit, and the conversation throughout the second half was fluid. You know, it's how do you feel? And there was intermittently enough timeouts, and I used a lot of timeouts. There was more of a stage in the fourth period that I was going to take him out, and there was a timeout, and we could get him another few minutes there, and then, you know, off we went. But yeah, it's not really the number of minutes that I thought that he was incredible down the stretch. You know, he put the team on his back. He had a right to be fatigued, and I thought I was going to be able to get him out during that time frame, and you know, the timeout enabled us to find him some rest and let him continue.
The Raptors scored 72 points in the first half, and it seemed like they were able to get whatever they wanted. What did you see from that first half?
Just what you just said. You know, it's not who we are. It's not how we, you know, play defense. It's not anything that we're about. I give Toronto credit. They drove it down our throats. We didn't respond individually. I thought we were poor just guarding our own man. You know, you can see those young guys. It's a lesson when you put some of those young guys on the floor. Even some of our veterans needed to, and as a group, we needed to do better. And I think that if you look at the first half versus the second half, completely different. And I respect the fight that they had to get back in it. The first half is something that does not reflect who we are, and we need to do better.
But Ben's turnovers, he has 6 tonight. Is that just, again, Toronto's kind of forcing him to play in the crowd and, you know, just kind of bothering him?
Maybe there's some of that. I mean, there was a stage in the third period that, and we're down and you can feel it. The game feels funny. And then all of a sudden we get on a little bit of a run and we get it to 10 and we have 5 consecutive turnovers. Think of that. And there were a few not timely turnovers in the fourth period that also let the game change. I think we had 18 turnovers for the game. You can't do that against this team. They really do a great job of taking those turnovers and adding fuel to their break. During that third period, I think the turnovers for me were felt the worst when we had 5 consecutive. And I think the game went from 10 to 18 or 10 to 17.
Brett, what did you make of the foul call against Landry there?
I mean, it's a tough call. That's his natural shooting motion. He's got a lot of 4-point plays on just shooting sort of with that action. You know, he turns inside, he rises up. I've seen it back there in the locker room. I thought we were on a tremendous run. You know, it could have cut it, I think, to 5 and maybe even 4, you know, 5 and then with the free throw going and to 4. I thought it was a tough call.
What did you make of the officiating as a whole? It felt like in the building.
Do you want to get me fined?
No.
I'm not going to answer you. I'm really not going to answer you.
But I feel
Sorry.
like we're used to seeing such a high volume of assists lately and kind of used to it. Was the ball movement what you wanted tonight?
No. I thought that we were static, especially in the first half. You know, 55 points, though, wasn't the problem. It was 70 whatever in the first half defensively. In general, I didn't feel like we played side to side much. You know, we ended up trying to sort of get back in the game a lot through Joel. I thought that we missed some threes that would have also let us get back in a little bit quicker. But in general, the ball movement, I give Toronto some credit. I thought we were not sort of the free-flowing type team that we have been. And some of that I give credit to Toronto.
Was that call on Landry one of the moments you were talking about where you felt the game shift?
Absolutely. You know, it was at 2:30, and he's gonna make his free throw. I think we're gonna come from, you know, the depths of nobody expecting anything to be in the game with down 4 at home, you know, you feel, but that's where you also have to get through it. You know, you've got to not feel the pain as a player as much as I just said and dismiss it and move on. But none of us can ignore the fact that that is a significant call and play in a game that was momentum was changing before our eyes. You could feel it.
What was the thought process behind the JJ decision? When did you find that out, and what was the final call on that one?
I found out about it as I was walking out to the court. And, you know, there's a lot going on, obviously, with communication on Elton and I talking regularly, as I said to everybody before the game. And so I was in discussions with Elton, and on my way out, I learned that he wasn't going to play. And I saw a text that JJ had sent me at halftime. And